Good evening, everybody. Well, we got 3 minutes to go time. Everything looks like it's good. Everything's in place. I figured out why my camera hasn't been at 60 frames per second past many streams, which was really ticking me off for no reason because I'm sure no one else noticed. But I got that figured out. And as a drawback, it does make me have less exposure, so I'm a little bit redder and darker today, so that's fun. But I'm okay with that. These guys over to my left, they still look great. Wow, that's my left. I guess it's up on the stream. So those guys up there, they look great. They always look great. Speaking of which, check this guy out. Look at him. He's beautiful. I got some focus on that, please. There we go. That's about right there. Beautiful Zudomon. I love it. I do have a few other Zudomon paraphernalia here and there, like the skateboarding one. I'm sure there's at least a few people that remember the skateboarding Digimon series that existed for no reason. But this one's like way better. It's posable. It does all sorts of things, and I've got they're over there. I'm not going to walk all the way over there and get them, but I've got the other ones still in boxes. I got a Megamon and Lilymon, and then packed up in storage are the other 6. So they're going to look really good all together once I get those out of storage in a few months. Where are we at? 7:59, almost time. Alright, what do I got on the screen right now? Why am I looking at the Vital Bracelet guide? We're not talking about Vital Bracelet tonight. Well, I'll talk about it for a minute, I guess, because I'm sure some people are curious about the process behind what I did to get these all up here, so I'll talk about those for a minute. But they are not the main focus. The main focus is going to be the Z. And, oh, I need a workbench going, don't I? I've got 1 minute to load it, so that's fine. I'm still on time. Look at me. And I'm going to remember to take off the banner this time, so that's good. Not going to forget. Alright, log in, please. Okay. We are logged in. We are in a place, and what are we going to need? I'll bring that up in a second. I need to turn down. So I have the audio piping in my ear, of course, so I can listen to the nice. What am I listening to? Chill bass still? Yeah, always chill bass. This is kind of chill. Whatever. I have it piping in my headphones, but I have it like loud, and when it's loud, like even though it's not loud on stream, it feels like I'm having to talk over it. I don't know. Does anyone else get that way? Either way, it's time. We're gonna take off the banner because the time is now. Boom. And we're going to do some Digimon stuff tonight. Alright, so main thing I want to get done tonight is that I want to get off of these guys right here all of the power codes. So if you are familiar at all with this sort of thing, if I go to the Pendulum Z page, we'll open that up in a new tab here. If you're familiar with the information on my website, one of the stats that I have listed is power. And power is not just there for fun, right? Like this says right here, Babungamon is power of 50. That's not a made-up stat. That's an actual numerical value. You won't see that anywhere on your device. The only way to see it is to pull it out of the connection. Whenever you do a connection battle, a bunch of codes get sent to the other device, and part of that is the power value. That's the same. That's true on all modern devices, starting with the Digital Monster 20th and up, and a few older devices use that as well. The Pendulum X series and other devices that use the Pendulum X battle system like the Excel and the Mini, those also operate using power to decide how strong hits are. So I actually have a whole write-up on that, so if you ever like wanted to let's see, understanding, there we go, understanding nutrition, nope, not in this stream. If you ever wanted to understand that stuff, I got a whole flipping document about that if you ever wanted to know about it. But we're going to be focusing on, let's wait for this to load. It's a lot of content in this doc. Keep going. Where's my little navigation? There it is. So let's hop down to Digital Monster X / Pendulum Z, because these two actually use the same battle system. So we're going to be pulling codes out of this, right? And these codes are a series of 0 and 1s, although they're given to me in hexadecimal from the program. And each 0 and each 1 means something different. So for example, if the first digit in the entire code that gets sent is a 0, that tells me what the order is, and I think it's what is it, 0 is first, yeah, oh no, 0 is did not initiate. That's why I have it written down, so I don't have to remember it. Where'd my camera go? I turned off the wrong thing. I remembered. I did remember to turn off the banner. I didn't click on the banner. Go me. All right. As there's that exposure weirdness popping up, let's just there we go. And then if I turn that, there we go, just like that. Boom. Okay. So anyway, did anyone notice that? Did anyone chat? Any idea on how to make Digimon's mood happy instantly on Vital? Instantly, no. Basically, just run around a bunch. That's what you got to do. As it senses your heartbeat better, and it will feel better, is how it works. So it takes about 5 minutes between mood changes. So if you go 5 minutes and the mood didn't change at all, go 5 more minutes and keep going until it does something you want. But anyway, so yeah, there we go. So there's all the binary stuff. We're not going to be looking at the binary too closely though, because I've already done that, and I'm not going to look at the binary piece by piece. Instead, what I've done is we got this document. The page we're looking at here, this is actually Fatred was the one who made this specific page with the information that we had, which I liked way better than the version I had. So I used Fatred's version for this page. But I can just plug a series of hexadecimal in here, and it will tell me what each one means for all these different devices, which is fantastic. Even more specifically, though, I'll be using the Pen Z page right over here. And this is going to output to me the specific values I need to know. Now, I have a bunch of them hidden right now. Can I just, let's expand those. So what it's doing here is every time I plug in a serial for each Digimon, it takes the hexadecimals out of that serial, turns them into binary, and then picks apart the binary to tell me what each thing is. So I'll leave this all unhidden for just a minute. But as I get things in here, we're going to take some of these columns away because there's just so many. So first thing I should do is probably get the list, right? So I need a list of Digimon that I need to get data for. So let's go. Easiest way to get that list is going to be, we'll do it from Workbench. I'll just export it from there real quick. Okay, so we're going to come into here. We're going to select, look at this. Okay, select star from Pen Z, and no specific criteria for that. We'll just get the whole dang thing. Over here I have the URLs already written out, so we'll just save that real quick. Export it. Let's see. And yeah, right there is good. No, I don't want to name it that though. Something else. Could my exposure like not make me this weird looking? Is there a link somewhere to that document? So, kind of. There is a link to it, but I don't publicly put it out there just because it's not that it contains sensitive information, but it does contain information that we don't really try to publicize too much unless we're sure that we're good to go with it. So that's the thing there. So I give it out to other people that I work with on this sort of thing, but I don't give it out to just anybody. I'm sorry. But I'll show it off today, obviously. So we can battle our own against others with the decom raycom. So you can do that without that link. That's something you'll be able to do with what I just show you here. That's something you can do with it's not legally challenging. It's just how do I say? It's about keeping battles, online battles, fair, which isn't as much of a problem since we have encryption in Alpha Terminal these days. But just to be on the safe side, I don't want information out there until I'm sure I'm ready to put it out there, just because it is confusing and powerful data, which the best parts of it I do give to you anyway, so don't you worry about that. All right, so what was I doing? I was exporting the data, so here it is. Got a text file with the data now, so I'm going to copy this text file. Let's go back into the Digilab and let's just make a temporary new sheet just so I can grab just the pieces I need. And let's just data text to columns. And what we want are just these URLs. There's a lot of steps just to get that, I know. Alright, all the way to Gabu K. We want that. So let's go back to Pen Z. Paste that right here. What is hidden? Oh, I see. Those are just random little things I was testing. Okay, so we need to fill all this information out is what I got to do. So we're going to start on that at least tonight. And we might jump around a little bit here, do some other things, but we're going to at least start with that. So what we will do is Perumon. Actually, we don't need to do anything with that because Babbies, the Babby ones, do not have any power data whatsoever. So nothing to do with that at all. And we probably should double check. Ugh, that's gonna be so annoying if our Digimon and who's the other one? Fanglongmon both have different powers. Well, that's not, I guess that's easy to represent, but still. But we'll just double check them just to be safe. There he is, Poyo. Alright, so let's do some of this. Alright then, keep your secrets. So people who have Vital, how are you liking it? Some people are bored with it. It's just because battle system in the app yet. I think the... Oh, who's beeping? You are Cyberdramon. Cyberdramon's trying to get in a battle. We'll let him do that. I think the online battles will help reinvigorate it a little bit. I find it difficult to just keep up with it because I sit at a desk all day and it doesn't detect my heartbeat very well if I'm not moving. And so it thinks I'm not wearing it at all and causing me problems. Other people don't have that problem as much, so that's good. But, alright, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to take each of these devices here. We're going to reset them. In fact, let's do this. Let's get them all just like that. And we're going to start collecting some codes. So we got that. We got our ACOM right over here. This is my own little homemade kit bash thingy. And we are going to open up. There you are. This guy right here. So this is my serial monitor to interface with ACOM. We'll put you right over there. We'll put you right over here. That way we just easily paste one to the other. And we need to get a code to send in. Do I have that up here? I do. There we go. This is just a guaranteed win code. So if I send it to myself, I will definitely win the battle that I do. So let's get these guys going. So we need to load. Put that up. So we're going to get oh, I just passed them. Whatever, we'll start with Monodramon. And I need it to be daytime. So I don't know why I set it to not daytime. Alright. And we'll go ahead and put this on manual focus. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. We'll keep it on auto because it's going to be switching back and forth a lot. That doesn't matter. And there we go. And they were all beeping. They're going to be beeping a lot more. And Tokomon. Alright. So then what we do, and this really is, you see that the Arduino, well, you actually can't see that the Arduino is doing that because the Digimon are in the way. Let's move you guys down here for now. There we go. Alright, and I'll make sure to keep this scrolling as I go. Alright, so we're going to fight some battles here. So they need at least one delicious thing of meat in order to fight battles, and I will turn on off autofocus actually, because that's a tad difficult, and we'll zoom in too, why not? Yeah, right there should be good. Alright, so we're going to, we fed them a nice little piece of meat there, so we're going to go over to battle. Doing it through the screen is always difficult for me. Okay, it's going to want us to shake, but we're not going to worry about shaking just yet. We're just going to come over here. Hold this right up against that. And there we go. You just saw it read out. Great. Tokomon, you do your thing. We'll get Monodramon while you are doing that. Just realized it's harder for me to see chat this way. I'll fix that in a second. And look at the battle going over here while we're waiting for the count to finish. That way we're being efficient. Alright, connect the cables. There we go. And over here. And there we go. 3 codes. Alright. So, the first one was Tokomon. And I'll take you through what's going to happen with Tokomons here. So we're going to paste it right here. It converts what I just put it in into just the hexadecimal values. It converts those into binary. And then the binary gets split apart by these functions over here. So we have... oh, why don't I have this stickied? What's wrong with me? There we go. Alright, so Tokomon... right there. Alright, so you can see that Tokomon's on version 12, which in this case means Virus Busters. 12 is a big number for that. That's interesting. Index number is 51 because there are 50 Digimon before it on the other two versions. Stage is 2, meaning that it is an in training, or a baby 2 rather. In training 2 works. I don't know why I use a dub term, but that's okay. Attribute 3, that means it's free. Power is only a measly 2. Now when I test these, I have to make sure that I don't have any levels up and I don't have any strength hearts. If I had strength hearts to it, I'm not getting the base value because strength hearts increase your power, as does leveling up. So I always test this at the lowest thing. Attack buffs is 0, you can have up to 2, and HP is 10. So power, attack, and HP all increase as you level up. So, but attack and HP specifically are the same across the board for most Digimon. So any Digimon of the same evolutionary stage will have the same HP as any other at that level. And attack is always 0, because all Digimon, no matter how big they are, have the same exact attack value. So, and yes, that does mean if Tokomon connects with a hit of the super variety, it'll do 10 damage, and as will if you hit with the Lucemon Satan mode, it'll still do 10 damage for a super hit, no matter what. Alright, so that's Tokomons. So we're going to hide most of these columns here to make this easier to read. So we'll start from version. Oh, and it also tells me what evolutionary level they are, but I use that mostly just for verification purposes. Let's hide up these columns. There we go. Alrighty. So we did Tokomon, we did Monodramon right after that. Paste it right here. And its attack power is... No, its just power is 8. I'm going to highlight this because that's the important information right there. Okay. And we have... Who was the last one we did? Was that Poromon? Yeah, it's little Poromon. Cool. Little Poromon. Right up here at the top. But it should have power of 2 as well, which it does. Great. And there we go. All right. I'm running a version 20th. Get my first Jawgeister. You guys have helped so much. Glad to hear it. Now they're going to meet their match. Yes, exactly. All right. Let me just... I'm going to pop chat out over here. There it goes. We're going to put chat over there. That way I can read it. Actually, no, I'm not going to put it over there. I'm going to put it back over here. Because I can read it like that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. I got this. I figured it out, everybody. Okay, so now we're going to do that a few more times. We're going to get more data out of these Digimon here. So I come in, I just reset all of them again. Okay, we load the next ones. We'll load up Falcomon next. Make sure it's set to an awake time. Go to the battle. Oh yeah, we gotta feed it first. Battle Z-type. While that's doing its counting phase, we'll load up the next one in here, which we missed Topmon, so we'll go back to that. And then, now that it's ready to battle, hook it up, wait for the thing to go. There it goes. Saw it at the bottom there. Get you fed up. Go into battle. And choose Agumon. Set the time. Go into another battle. Are they touching? Yeah, they're touching. Okay, good. And then we have Agumon over here. I didn't feed him. He's got to be fed in order to do this. So those of you that play World, the online game using the AlphaCom, this is an important part of that because in order to evaluate what the stats of the Digimon are, Seki, the main developer, they need to know what each Digimon's power is to put in the database. And so that's part of this. So Seki will be very excited that I am actually finally doing this, because this is usually like something I save towards the end, because the evolution data is like way more important to get to people. Okay, so we have power 10, power of 2 for Hop, and power right there. So Agumon's stronger than the other vaccines. How about that? Of course he is. All right. So yeah, so doing this is going to help get Pendulum Z2 support up in World so that people who like to play that can have that going for them. All right, so then we reset again. Now I'm probably just going to do a few more of these for right now, and I'll switch between a few different things going on. Because I like to keep things moving. Most people want me to keep going with this stuff. So there's Pomamon, that's the most important one, obviously. Agumon always has that mascot privilege. It's very rude. Not a fan of it. Let's see if Pomamon can beat him. Alright, and on here we're going to load... Who's the data? Jazamon? Jazamon. I don't know why I just put 2 for debug. And we need to connect to the battle. How do y'all like all this beeping? It's good stuff, isn't it? This is me, like, all day. It's getting all this beeping happening. Alright, feed Jazamon a piece of meat. Battle with a Z. And we will load on here Shoutmon. Do a battle with Agumon. Nope. Jazamon. I don't know why I said Agumon. Agumon was before. And I didn't give him his meat. Yeah, I'm the same way whenever I watch anyone doing Digimon stuff on YouTube. It's like, every time I'm like, hold on, which one is it? Who's doing it? There we go. Alright, so now we will... I don't like how out of focus that is. I'm going to stack these so they're in focus. They don't want to stack. Boo. Let's bring this guy back out. There we go. Now it's easier to see. Gotta have your Digimon in focus. And you guys can see how Shoutmon does in its battle. Alright, so we got 3 more. We got Pomamon's first. Pomamon's power is 14. Then we have Jazamon. Jazamon's power is... Whoa, 6. Alright, sure. It's a weak little one. And then we have Shoutmon, who is 14. So just as strong as Pomamon. I don't agree with that, but whatever. Alright, so... got that going on, so that's good. Alright, so we also did a whole bunch of updates for the... I'm going to come back to this here in a minute. I'm just going to swap between things as I go on, just to, again, keep things fresh. Did a whole bunch of updates for the Pendulum Z charts. So, as you can see, I've got a bunch of these little markers here to say that I've done an update, and this one's actually finished. That did succeed. I didn't actually finish that test. Whoops. Let's get that one out of there. Alright, sorry, Doraemon. I didn't see if you evolved, and I already reset the device. Alright, so we've done a bunch of updates for different Digimon on the different Pendulum Z versions. So what I do is I have a nice little list of updates right here. This tells me everyone that I need to go in and do something for. So we're going to use this, and we're going to open up Workbench over here. And we're going to select Star from Evolution, where Evo device equals Pen Z, not a capital. Alright, so this will give us all this good jazz right here. And we're going to be updating these guys based on what requirements we have here for them. So let's, so yeah, we're good there. Okay. So we're going to go through this. Let's sort it out alphabetically to make sure that we get this in the most efficient way possible. Okay. Wait. That's not going to work. All right, what's my formula for this? Can I sort it by something else? True. I don't remember what any of this means. Is ascending. Sort, filter. Yeah, I have it set to sort. What's it sorting by? The heck do I have this set to sort by? Alright, so... Sort column. I have them like each different. Alright, whatever. We're gonna leave it like that for now then. Okay, so Pomamon, you're first. So Pomamon, we currently have as turning into Cockatrimmon, which I need to make that easier to see. Might need to do a different type of Okay. The windows have it to where I can like... No, they wouldn't have that. Let's just do this, and don't worry, I'll move the Digimon out of the way here in just a second. I need this to untether, thank you. In fact, I can just do that. That's right. I remembered the little secret thingy I can do. Okay, so that should help. And then we need to like severely reduce the amount of space that takes up. Perfect! Alright, Pomamon, Cockatrimmon. We already have that in here, and we have it as 0 care mistakes and 0 effort, but we now know that it's 0 to 2 care mistakes and 0 to 1 effort. So that's good. And so we're going to... What do I normally do for this? I don't know, we'll just do italicize. No, bold. No. Oh, duh. I got it right here. Let's do status, done. Right over there. Easy. Okay. Tinkerbon. And that's Tinkerbon to Cockatrimmon, which is 0, 0, which we now know is 0 to 1, 0. It might actually be more effort, but I haven't gotten that far in testing yet. Okay. Falcomon is into Diatramon with 0, 0 over here, but we now know it's 0 to 2 and 0 to 2. Gabumon, we got 2 for you. Gabumon to Garurumon. We have that as 0 and 3 to 4 here. Well, no, that's Garamon. Need to look at Garurumon. 0, 0 to 2. Well, that's just not... These are so hard to look at together. Like, Garurumon and Garamon. Like, I always struggle with that. Alright, so 0... Okay. So, no, it's Garamon is what we need to look at here. So, Garamon would be 0 to 2. No, 0 and 0 to 2. That's what it is. 0 and 0 to 2 for Garamon. And then we also tested it with just 3, which I've already gotten here. Oh, no, it's just 3 in general. Okay, so we don't need any effort distinction on that. Great. Okay, but Gabumon to Garurumon... No, Wolfmon to Garurumon. Wolfmon to Garurumon. Where are you? Oh, do I not have that listed at all yet? Because it's Garurumon, first of all. There is no Garurumon on the screen. It's just not there. I keep saying it, but it's not there. Nowhere on the screen does it say Garurumon. What do you want? Who's beeping? Who did that? Was it you? Pomamon's receiving a gift. Here, everyone witness. Also, I just realized I didn't move the Digimon out of the way. My bad. I just moved the whole thing out of the way. You see that? Center that to screen, please. Center to screen. And Digimon. No, stop moving things that aren't the Digimon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay, back to that. Gabumon is done. Gabumon is done. Wolfmon is what we're doing right now. So we didn't actually register anything for Wolfmon to Garurumon yet, so we need to do that. Wolfmon, Penzi on, this would be all 3 devices. Have we tested it on all 3 yet? We haven't tested the lower bound, but the upper bound is definitely 0.4, so we'll just say that here. So Wave 2 is how I have that written normally. Evo number 012, we'll need to change the other ones. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And this would be 0 care mistakes, 4 effort. That gives us Garum, Garumon, or Garmon, depending on how long you've been in this franchise for. And let's just do a quick look at Garum, make sure we get the right. Okay, so that's Gabu 0, 1. Alright, let's commit these real quick before we forget to do so. I always like to commit every so often just to be safe. Alright, up next we have... Should scroll up. In fact, I can give myself more room by doing that. Yeah, that's good. Alright, we're at Pomu. Pomumon to Parasarmon specifically. We have that as 0 to 4, and it is 0 to 2, 2 to 4. 2 to 4. Great. Tinkermon is up next. Also to Parasaurmon. So I have that as 3 and 4, but it's actually 2 to 4. 2 and 4. Okay, and then we have Falco. What a strange order this is going in. Falco to Peck. And we have that as 0 to 2, 3 to 4 up there. 0 to 2, 3 to 4. Tinker again. For Petermon. 0 to 1. And what was that, 2 to 4? Yes. I should be marking these off as I go. Okay, back to Wolf. To Petermon. We don't have that actually written down at all yet. So, Wolf to Penzi. And this would be Wingardium Z. And we're going to make that evolution number 4. Who's beeping? You guys beep so much. Shoutmon. Now Shoutmon's receiving a present. They all receive presents at the same time. Isn't that great? It's wonderful. Alright, is you still beeping? Where is my Metal Empire? Where did I put it? Oh, it's behind this. There we go. There, Jazamon's getting the present too. I'm not putting him on the thing. In fact, we're not putting Shoutmon on the thing. We're leaving Pomumon up here. There we go. That's a good bird. That's a dang good bird right there. Okay. Well, what were we doing? Wingardium Z to Petermon. Okay. So this is with 3 care mistakes. And effort doesn't matter, so we don't list it. So Peter and Petermon, and this is Petermon something's evolution. Petermon's second, so that's a 1 for you. The funny thing about these numbers I'm putting in, these really, really matter, because the other day actually I realized that when I did a database import last week, I forgot to update the Prevo numbers and the Evo numbers, and what that does, I'll show you right here in the code, actually, is, not on this page, but I'll pull up the page that you need to see. Penzi. And PHP, and we want the details. So the way I have this work is that this is looking for when I get the... Why is my exposure so weird? I promise I'm not like sinking into darkness, everybody. It's just in order to get this at a nice silky smooth frame rate, my camera's like, I can't give you any exposure whatsoever. So let's just fix that real quick. Auto did nothing. Taking it off. I mean, it was at 5 earlier, and that's still good. What about 4? See, that ruins everything. But 5 is good. Keep it on 5. Thank you. Alright. Anyway, so on here, so I have listings here. So if it sees Prevo 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., then it will pull that information out of there. And the database query I have looking for this says, alright, any Digimon that has a 0 for its Prevo number, it should pull for this. And that's exactly how it works. If I have multiple Digimon with the same Prevo number, then what it will do is it'll take both at the same time and just populate whichever one it grabs first, which can lead to some weird, confusing results, as someone found the other day when they thought they would get Teropiamon from Parasaurmon by Jogressing, but that's just simply not the case. I just hadn't updated the Prevo number, unfortunately, and led them down a terrible path. So that's why these numbers are super important to make sure, first of all, there's no duplicates for each individual evolution, and just make sure they're in a good order. If there is no 0, then nothing appears at all either, so I've always got to make sure there is a 0. Alright, so Wolfmon we are done with. Falcomon. That is 3 care mistakes for Vegemon. So there's Vegemon, and I already have that. Why do I have that listed as an update? 3 care mistakes, 3 care mistakes. No need to update that. Okay. Tinkermon to Vegemon is done with 2 care mistakes and 0 to 1. Tinker and Veggie. 2 plus care mistakes, 0 to 1. Tinkermon's special because it gets an extra little evolution. Most of the child evolutions don't have a 4th adult to become. Alright, Petermon, we got more details on it for evolving to Lilamon. We had 0 and 6, of course, which everyone's natural evolution will happen at 0 to 6. But in the case of Petermon, it can also take an extra 2 care mistakes and an extra 2 levels. So there we go. Parasaurmon. To Teropiamon. We have... Can't take any extra care mistakes, but it can take an extra level. I don't remember if I've tested 1 care mistake yet or not, but I have tested level 4. Level 4 don't work. And none of them work at level 3. No matter what, if you get 3 or more care mistakes or 3 or lower level, your Digimon will not evolve after reaching adult. So you always got to make sure to get at least that if you want it to evolve naturally. Otherwise, you got to Jogress. Alright, Parasaurmon. It's a Teropiamon, that's what I just did. Heckmon, the Yatagaramon. Heckmon to Yatagaramon, we have at 0 to 2 and 4 to 6. Cockatrimmon to Yatagaramon. Cockatrimmon to Yatagaramon, 0 to 2 and 4 to 6. That's a lot of leniency for Cockatrimmon. Okay, bump that up a little bit there. Now we're on Lilamon. Lilamon to Ancient Irismon can be 0 to 2 and 8. Teropiamon to Ancient Irismon. Can be 0 to 2 and 7 to 8, which means I tested 6, I'm pretty sure. And that didn't work out. And then we have Entmon. That one was by special request by KR Verde. Entmon was 0 to 8 to get to Shanwumon. And I haven't recorded that. Oh, I did record that. Oh, okay, cool. Good for me. Alright. Ancient Irismon. To Lucemon Satan Mode. We have that as 0 to 2, 8 to 10. Testing ultimates to super ultimates is very easy, thankfully, because basically they can't go below level 8 and they can't get higher than 3 care mistakes, but also every single one of them can be done with 0 to 2 care mistakes and level 8 to 10. That's how it worked on wave 1. I obviously have to double check, so every time I test these, I just do 2 care mistakes and level 8. If it works, great, I know I'm good to go. And if it doesn't, well, that's a problem, and I'll figure that out later. But for right now, it's true, like 100% of the time. All ultimates that can evolve just take 0 to 2 care mistakes and level 8 to 10. So as I verify those things, I make sure to put them on there. Okay, so that's done, and done, and done, and done, and done, and done. And we are good with Wind Guardians, so let's do another push here. And as usual, if you are keeping track at home, if you turn your pages to the, this thing. Actually, I want to put this in your tab. I don't want to go through the process of that. All right, if you turn your pages to the evolution guide and go to the Wind Guardians and do yourself a nice little refresh, which I may or may not have already done. I don't remember. But now, if we click on any of these Digimon, we will see the new information I just added updated in here. So it was something that was brand new. We added something for Wolfmon. Yeah, Petermon, that's right. So there you go. Petermon now shows up when I click on Wolfmon, whereas before it would not have. And any of those other additional things, like with Cockatrimmon, we updated to Yatagaramon 0 to 2, 4 to 6. There it is. The expanded information is now there. Ancient Iris Mon 0 to 2, 8 to 10 for Luciamon Satan mode. Bam. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to make the evolution requirements automatically update for the visual portion of it. So all these things right here, I do have to hand code these, which is a bummer. But there are ways I can get around it, but none of them are as clean as I would like them to be. And so in order to truly get it to look the way that I want it to, I do have to go in there and just manually edit that information. But there you go. So now we got Wind Guardians updated with the most up-to-date information. So what I will do is... what's that? Search tabs. What the crap is this? Figure that out later. It doesn't matter right now. I go back over here, and in the Wind Guardian section of the spreadsheet, we're going to come down over to the update column, and we're just going to go ahead and clear that all out. Wait, did I do Shenwumon to Huangwon? I think I did. Is it even on here? I just skipped right over it. Look at that. I saw Shenwumon, and I'm like, no, I don't need to do that anymore. So we got one more to do. How about that? Back over here. All right, so Shenwu, not Shenwu. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I promise I didn't mean it. Calm down. Let's refetch that just to be safe. Alright. No, I don't actually have that in here. Alright, so Shenwumon, Penzi, Wind Guardian Z, Evo number 0, and that's 0. Did I do the whole 0 to 2? No, I only did 0, and that. I haven't tested the others yet. So 0, care mistakes, level 10. Guarantee, again, 2 care mistakes, and at level 8 will also work, but can't put that in until I verify it. Long Long, and Longmon, and that's like its 15th. Which number is this for it? Let's just go over here real quick. Not there. How many do you already have? 1, 2, 3. So that makes us number 4, which is number 3. Alright. Apply that. There we go. So now we can go in here, back to the Wind Guardians tab, and delete the update status. Bam. There we go. So now it's all been removed from my queue to do, which is nice. And these also aren't done. There we go. Awesome. Hello, I've never been to one of these streams. What are they about? So these streams are just about me updating the guide, basically. So I've got a nice big evolution guide, and it takes a lot of time for me to get in there and actually do it. So I find it easier for me to talk while I do it to keep me motivated for it. And plus, I just like hanging out. It's always fun. So that's what this is all about. And if anyone has any requests, by the way, while I do these things, please feel free to like shout it out. If you're like, I want to see how you can make the images go to the left, then just tell me that's what you want to see, and I'll switch over to doing that. Otherwise, I just go with whatever is on my queue to do for the night and update those things. I can also do more stuff with this guy if you want me to like test an evolution requirement or something that's not on there. If you see an evolution requirement, or if you have a Digimon and you don't see the evolution requirement for it on the guide and you're like, I want to know what that is, let me know, and I will go ahead and just plug it in and see what happens with it. I also forgot that at the beginning of this, I said I was going to go over the Vital Bracelet stuff. I was going to talk about that for a second, specifically in regards to how I was able to update that as quickly as I was, which for some people was still a little bit too slow. But there's only so much I can do. So the Vital Bracelet is a very, very, very interesting case compared to other VPETs, right? Because all of its rosters are stored on those little DIM chips. So the great thing about that is that the community has already figured out how to extract data off of those DIM chips, and I'm not going to go into detail on that too much because there is obviously piracy concerns, and we don't want people pirating DIMs. So that's some safely guarded stuff that we don't want to give out too much information on. But the good news is that the people working on it, we've got a really good team of people who are examining these things, really figuring them out, and I've helped out a little bit, just barely a little bit with Jogger's information, right? So I will... How much of that can I show? I want to show off some of it, but I don't know if I can. Can I? I totally can. I totally can show off just a little bit of it. Alright, so I'm going to... Let me pull up my Hex program. Imhex is what it's called. It's a good little thing. I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the screen for just a moment, just to make sure I don't accidentally put on anything that shouldn't be there. So enjoy the blue void for a few seconds here while I pull this up. But I just want to very much make sure that I'm not getting any details out here that I shouldn't be. It's very important. Okay, so we're going to load up one of these. Before you are concerned, I do own all the DIMs I have been working with, so I am good there. I'm not pirating DIMs. I own Volcanic Beat, I own Blizzard Fang, I own Ancient Warriors, I own all these. Only what I don't own is Shadow Howl, but I haven't gotten any information off Shadow Howl myself. That was all directly from the app. So just so you know, I practice what I preach with this kind of crap. Mostly. I can't say go pirate things, but I'm also not going to necessarily say never pirate things, because that's a whole discussion, isn't it? I'm not going to get into that here. Alright, so where is it? There we go. So I'm going to pull up. So one of the ones I just got the other day, we'll pull up Blizzard Fang. And don't worry, like I said, I will show this to you. Just going to first get it to a point where I'd like to show it to you, because I can't just show it to you. Alright, I need that. And I need, where is it? Pattern data view, that's what I want. Alright. I need to load a pattern. That one, open. There we go. In fact, I don't need that open. I'm not editing the pattern. And no, not that. DNA, that's the one. Alright, so now I'm at a point where I can show you this. So let me turn the screen back on. There we go. Oh no, it's hexadecimal. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is just some nice, beautiful hex code. And that's what it is at the start, obviously. But by analyzing it, we can see special things in it. So you see there's a bunch of Fs up here and a bunch of Fs down here. When you see a bunch of Fs like that, that just basically means there's nothing there, in this case, the way that this data is formatted. So we could skip over any long strings of Fs and move on to something else. So in this case, we get to this little packet right here. So this was this pattern that we're looking at here, with all these colors and all this. This was made mostly by BRV. You may know him on Twitter. He tweets on there quite a bit. And also Alice, also known as the Battle Professor, you can find her on YouTube. She and he went through a lot of work to isolate where this information was. Now, there was a little bit that was tricky, so I went in and kind of dug a little bit of digging on top of what their research was, and eventually I was able to figure out, okay, here's exactly how the jawgresses work. So, like, that was... my piece wasn't, like, the bigger piece at all. They did way more work than I did on this, and they were very, very close to figuring it out, but I went in there and I'm like, okay, this little piece right here, this actually means this. So, to show you what I mean, so looking at the pattern here, this is written in a way to where we can just see what everything is. So, for example, Polyedramon, as we can see is marked on this one, evolves into, via Jawgress, Mammon, an incompatible Crisp Polyedramon, and Mammon. This order here is super freaking important, because it's telling me the attribute of the Digimon I need to pair with it. So, Polyedramon plus Vaccine, Mammon. Polyedramon plus Data, not possible, because Polyedramon's a Data, and you cannot Jawgress Data with Data when it comes to the Vital Bracelet. You can't Jawgress any attribute with that same attribute. Polyedramon plus Virus is Crisp Polyedramon. Okay. Oh, that's not right now. Don't worry. It's not right there just because that's how I have the script written right now. I keep updating the script with different Digimon. That's fine. It should be Cressamon right there, which is what it says in the guide, so you're good. And then Polyedramon plus Free equals Mammon. And all this is just, this says Polyedramon. No, wait, no. Sorry. That's not Polyedramon. That's the guy before him. Highlight that. Okay. This says Polyedramon. This says Mammon. This says Incompatible. This says Cressamon, and then this says Mammon again. That's all it is. That's literally all it is to figure this out is to just kind of look at the order in which they pop up in. And so all these hex codes right here, that's all it is. That's all the Jogras information, and that's why I was able to get it on there. Sprites are also stored on here. Other stat information is stored on here. Everything's on here. That's why stuff is going up so fast. And it's not just us either. Like, international fans as well are decoding these things with great enthusiasm. There's a Leo, as what he goes by as his internet handle, from I believe he's from China. He has done a whole bunch with this. There's several fans in Japan. I forget the fan's name, but I talked to them on Twitter the other day, that have a whole spreadsheet of this information. So people are really like going crazy with this. I'm very much used to it being like me and then Nahoko in Japan, and then like that's it. Like, no one else does anything with all these virtual pets. But the Vital Bracelet, people are crazily stepping up. It's amazing. So we've been able to get great information like this, like without much effort. So I'm gonna put this away because again, I can't show you too much about that. Kind of want to save my changes. 1 second, I'm gonna turn off the screen again because I did do something that I would like to save. Sorry, I have to be so secretive. All right, there we go. Back up. All right, so anyway, so yeah, that's where I was able to get all the information. Because as we can see here, if I go down to Blizzard Fang, there it is. So Jogras with Cressimon, Jogras with Jogras with Virus for Cressimon, Jogras with Vacciner for E4 Mammon. Boom, easy peasy. And the other information, I get that all right from the app. It's all just plainly listed there. And the sprites, we have a secret anonymous source who rips the sprites out, gives them to myself and Pepper Rocket. Pepper Rocket distributes them to the masses. I just keep the profile sprites and throw them up here after running them through a little bit of Photoshop processing to get them the way I want them to be, which is GIFs with transparent backgrounds. So yeah, it's pretty cool that we're able to do it this quickly, because you know, with the Pendulum Z, that came out in last month, which was March. Yeah, March. And I'm still not done with it. I still got a lot to do, because you see what I have to do. I have to go in here and just fast forward it until it evolves and see what happens while changing all of its stats around. So it's much easier for Vital Bracelet, which is good, because I don't want to have to sit there and manually figure out all these requirements. It's a lot of work. We even got stats up here too, like so DP, HP, AP, it's all there. Awake time, super hit turn, which that's just based on the activity type. Then putting them together is also really simple. I thought about putting the Jogras details on the visual end too, but I also very much like how clean it looks right now. Because remember, this is what happens when you start throwing everything up there. We go back to our Pen 20, the thing that started it all. It's just, you know, it's got a lot of stuff happening here. Jogras, and like this I want to do it for, because some of these Digimon are Jogras only. There aren't any Jogras only Digimon on the Vital Bracelet, so it's, I don't know, cohesion wise, it makes more sense for me to not include the Jogras information, and it just looks better overall. So, but you can still get that information by doing a quick tap on there and seeing, oh, I can do it with this and this. Boom, good to go. So yeah, I like it. I like how easy that is now. What's your favorite Digimon in Metal Empire? Oh, let's take a look at it real quick. I'll tell you what it is. Where did I put Metal Empire? Pendulum Z, please. Evolution Guide. So we're gonna go with Metal Empire Z. I'll tell you which one it is there. Metal Empire Z, my favorite. Who do I like most out of this? Metal Empire has never been particularly my favorite field, and by particularly I mean it's like pretty close to the bottom. It goes, of the Pendulums, it's Deep Savers, Wind Guardians, Nature Spirits, and the rest in some order. I don't care for them in the most part. If Jungle Troopers was included, Jungle Troopers would also be way up here. But out of these guys, the new ones, really. Like, I love... Junkmon is wonderful. I love everything about it. Machmon, he's okay. Like, I could take or leave him. But Rebellomon I also really like. Like, let's pull up pictures of these guys, huh? Yeah, look at this guy. There's nothing wrong with Junkmon whatsoever. That's perfect. Machmon, he's a bike. He's cool. I saw something like him in Final Fantasy once. Actually, I saw something like him in Final Fantasy once, that's for sure. That's I really like the way he is. Rebellomon's pretty dang cool. So either Rebellomon or Junkmon. One of those two would probably be my favorite out of this Metal Empire. Eosmon, perfect, I also like. Just because in Kizuna, I like that it screams all over the place as it moves. I find that fun. And in the card game, if you haven't noticed, you're going to have a deck of 50 Eosmon perfects now, which is the most insane thing I've ever heard, because every time you attack with one, it duplicates itself And so if you survive, great. Now you have an extra Aosmon. If you don't survive, whatever, you still got Aosmon. You can't keep attacking with that because you play it, so it's like, it's still got summoning sickness or whatever the crap they call it in the Digimon card game. But yeah, and as far as original Metal Empire goes, probably, I mean, I love Kokuamon. Kokuamon's great, and I don't know. If you do, by the way, want to tell people what your favorite frickin' pendulum guy is, make sure to join the polls on the hat trick. Not greatest movies, greatest pendulum. Can I spell? Thank you. I don't have round 2 up here. Well, I'll show you round 1 real quick, why not? Here's round 1. So we're currently voting on who the best pendulum, or the best pendulum Digimon is introduced in the pendulum. So anything that was already in the digital monster poll is not going to be there, but there's been a few upsets so far. There's been a few things I gravely disagree with, but whatever. So my boy Zudomon's at least making it through, so that's good. But if you want to vote, head up the Greatest Digimon Polls channel on the Discord server. Did you tell Mamon is secretly XVmon? Absolutely, that's true. Just wish dims are easier to get. Yeah, thankfully they're not, like, too bad overall compared to other things. Like, they at least keep restocking them. Some dims are impossible, though. Frickin' the Tamer's Dim, Shadow Howl, those are basically impossible at this point. Tamers, you can still get some. Not too hard, but it's just like, I don't know, it could be easier. Are you ever going to do the series you first did on your YouTube channel? No, I'm actually not. That's a good question. I am not going to be doing a vlog for Digimon V Pets anytime in the near future. I don't like it. Well, that's not true. It's not that I don't like it. I don't like watching it. And that's a big thing with me, is that I don't want to put out content that I myself wouldn't care to watch. And I don't feel like the personality that I have is the type that's best suited for that type of thing. Like, there are other people who are great at it. Like Kakujo, for example. Holy crap, that guy he's got a great personality, great at talking on streams and on videos just about his virtual pets, and I can't do that as well as he can. Absolutely. But I have other strengths, and that's where I like to focus my YouTube channel on, is on those strengths. If you were to get rid of one pendulum, which one would it be? Virus Buster is easy. That's actually definitely my least favorite. I like the new Fat Penguin Digimon. Do you know its stats? Yeah, sure. Daipenmon. He's a hybrid Digimon. Formerly would have been classified as a ultimate level, but now is a perfect level, because that's how they're kind of doing hybrids in the VPETs these days. But he's got 6 DP, 9 HP, and 8 AP. He's actually pretty weak compared to some of the others. Like Mammon's got 12 friggin' HP over there. Pangiamon, well, he's not too weak, I guess. He is lazy, though. He is lazy. Thank you, Lemon Chicken. Appreciate it. I also love making lemon pepper chicken, by the way. It's like one of my favorite things to do for dinner. We make a really good one. Machmon should be Beelzemon's bike. Yeah, that should be Behemoth, I believe is its name. So, okay, so there you go. So that's some of the background information on the Vital Bracelet information gathering. So it's nice and easy. Way easier to get the sprites, too. Like, my process for getting sprites is... honestly, it's as good as it could be, but it still takes me a bit of time to do it. But in fact, I could probably show that off. No, I'm not going to show that off. I have a video for it if anyone else wants to see it later. But all right, so let's go back to digging in some information on the stuff. So what were we just doing? We were over. Let's get some more codes out of this guy. All right, so let's we'll kind of switch between things here. So we need codes. We got the Adreno still running, so we're going to get this out of the way again. Put that right over there. And we're going to reset all 3 of these dorks. Reset. 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 And we need to do the viruses next. That's going to be Tinkermon on here. There's Tinkermon. Doesn't matter what level it's at. Or what stage, I should say. They are called levels on here, but I don't like that they call them levels. Should be areas still. Alright, so we need to feed it. And we'll go in to start a battle up. And then right over here, we will load the virus, which would be Junkmon. Set the time to awake. And let's do this. Wait for this to extract. There it goes. Great. Feed Junkmon. Come on over to battle, get that going, and grab Guilmon off of this. There you goes. Connect to Junkmon. Wait for it to detect. There it goes. And do the same thing with Guilmon. Feed it 1 meat. Go on over to battle and grab wait for it to connect. It just did a ping, so it'll be about 6 seconds for the next ping. Nope, less than that. I was off. Alright, there we go. So let's pull those into the spreadsheet. Got all these windows open with all these different things and all these different shapes. Okay, so we did Tinkermon. Tinkermon's power is 10, on par with Agumon. Junkmon's power is 14, nice. I like that they make the brand new Digimon the stronger ones. So you got 14 for Pomamon and Junkmon. I believe it was the same on the first wave too. And Shoutmon's kind of... Wow, 12? Are you kidding me, Guilmon? 10, 12, and 14. Well, these guys are 6 for Jazamon. Jazamon gets 6, but nothing... I hate Virus Busters. I'm happy to put Shoutmon on something I know you don't like. I'm happy you're happy. Listen, I don't care about what other people like. It's up to them to enjoy Digimon, how they wish to enjoy Digimon. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is you've got 1,500 monsters these days, and you can all, you can pick whichever ones you like. I have the 200, 300 that I really enjoy, and then you can have the 200, 300 you really enjoy. There's just so many to pick between. What can Shoutmon evolve into on the Pen Z? Yeah, let's take a look. Which one of these? Do I have this open? Yeah, I do. Shoutmon can evolve into Shoutmon Cross 3, Mimicmon, and Darkmon. Which they spell it without the apostrophe these days, but I still say Darkmon because it's fun to say that. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so we got 3 more codes in there. So as you can see, I got a healthy amount of codes to pull still, but we're going to be putting at least a few of those into the database so you can see how that populates. So let's go back to the database real quick. And we're going to, in here, let's see. Let's take it. So I'll open up a new tab is what I'll do. Well, I should have a tab open for it. There we go. Pensy. So we're going to feed some of this information in here right now. So we got Wind Guardians. And don't I have one where it's already where the thing I want is? Technically, no, I don't. Okay, whatever. Oh, right, because I didn't do a where statement, because I didn't know what to wear it by. All right, so we have, just scroll down here, and this should be in basically the same order as the database is right now. So if we scroll down to right here. So we have power, strength value. There we go. I called it strength originally until they gave it an official name, which was power. They gave it that, and the Digital Monster X is the way they referred to it. So I started calling it power after that point, but in the database it's still strength value, because that's what it was originally. All right, so we have Poromon, power of 2, Falcomon 2006, power of 8, Pomamon, power of 14, and Tinkermon, power of 10. We then have for Metal Empire Z. All right, Hotmon we have power of 2, Monodramon power of 8, Jazamon a measly 6, holy cow, and Junkmon is a power of 14. And then we have, for Virus Busters, we have Tokomon, power of 2, Agumon, an unjust 10, 14 for Shoutmon, which Shoutmon I'll accept, because Shoutmon's kind of new to the scene here. And then 12 for Guilmon. So we'll go ahead and commit that. And so now, once again, if you are following along at home, what you can do is we see right now that the power is blank for Shoutmon, so we'll just do a quick refresh on that. And bam, now we click on these guys, power 12, power 14, there they are, boom, nice and updated. And really, I want to check real quick. So one thing you can do, in case you didn't know you could do this, you can go to the complete Digimon list, and when you get there, it'll not only show you every Digimon on the Pendulum Z, as you can see here, which is nice, but you can also do a list view, right? This shows everything in a nice table format. It also unveils the hidden stat, which is the index number. I'm sure that's so exciting. It's not. But what we can do is we can sort by these, right? So we can see all the babies, all the attributes. So I want to sort by power. So we can see who the weakest Digimon all are. So obviously all the babies, they only got a power of 2. That's fine. That's understandable. And then children, so it's actually Jazumon's not alone. Plotmon, Gizamon, and Labramon were all left in the cold when it came to power. So I'm fine with Plotmon being that way, which is actually surprising because that's the weakest of the 0-2 partners. Gizamon doesn't deserve that though, nor does Labramon. And then we have Swimmon, Falcomon, and Monodramon at 8. We have Morphomon, Algomon, Tinkermon, and Agumon at 10. Armanimon, Wormmon, Guilmon at 12. And here we go. This is what I really like. Sunarizamon, Sangomon, Ghostmon, Pomamon, Junkmon, all at 14. All of them are the brand new Digimon. So of course they bump up the power on them to be like, look, these guys are new and powerful. But I'm cool with it because I don't not like any of these. I love the new children's all so very much. Sangomon's great. Ghostmon's like perfect. I cannot believe how freaking perfect it is. Pomamon is the best, absolutely. Junkmon's beautiful. I love all these guys. They're great. And Shoutmon is like, he's been on a VPET before. He was on the Cross Mini, and he was on the he's been on a Digivice because he was on the Cross Loader, obviously. But this is his first time on a more traditional VPET, so I guess he's kind of basically the new Digimon for Virus Busters. So he gets to be 14 as well. That makes sense. But yeah, I love those guys. Do you consider Omega Shoutmon a Mega or a champion? Well, these days it's a perfect, actually. So an ultimate in the dub is what that would be. It was considered that in the reference book update where they gave everyone a new, shiny new stage, which was nice because most of the Cross Wars Mons didn't have stages or attributes before that, but now they do. He's your favorite fruit? I don't think I've ever actually had a dragon fruit. How does the Digimon Partner website work? The Digimon Partner website is like really dumb. I made it in like 5 minutes because I'm like, let's see, partner. Do I have it up here? No. Okay, so emails.com/Digimon/partner. So I made it in just a look at that. I got Lunamon. I made it in a few minutes because I don't remember why. I have no recollection as to what prompted me. It was something on the Discord server. We were talking, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this, and then there we go. That's what happened. I made this, and someone's beeping. Who's beeping? They're always beeping. It's friggin' Tinkermon. Let's get the thing back out here so that these things can be seen. There we go. Anyway, so it's just like I already had a script for randomizing things that I had handy because I also have this website, emails.com/lunch. All right, I should go to Ratelli's. This is what I would do when I worked in an office, which because of COVID, I haven't been in an office in a long time, but I still use this every now and then. If I couldn't decide what to do for lunch, I would just load this and bam, it would tell me where I should go for lunch. And so in this case, I'm getting Italian food today. But when so I took this and I'm just like, all right, so let's just replace that with Digimon. And the code on this it's drop dead simple. There's nothing special here whatsoever. And I need to update it to include new Digimon too. But basically, it's what you see here. Like all the CSS is just there to make things look fancy. But I forgot I have links. I forgot, so I can click on this and look up what Lunamon is. I forgot I did that. What a good idea. I'm being impressed by myself. So where's the script? Where did I hide it? Is this really all it is? No. There's something else here. Oh, did I not do this the same way? No, I did. Partner, get item partner, get the partner image. Where is it pulling the partner from? I have no idea where I'm pulling it. It's somewhere. I have the partner storage somewhere around here. Wait, variable Digimon name. Oh, I'm using some PHP in this. That's what part of the problem is. I can't see things if they're in PHP. Okay. Either way, all you need to know is that I have a list of all the children level Digimon. The script in here picks one of them at random and decides, all right, this is what you get. And that's basically all there is to it. It's a very drop-dead simple thing. Someone on Reddit had choice words for me once about that. They're like, this site sucks. All it does is just randomly assign you things. It doesn't tell you anything about your personality. And it's like, I don't care. I'm not a fan of personality quizzes, to be honest with you. I feel like most of them are like, Do you feel like you would rather A, pet an orange dinosaur, or B, have a wolf that wears, or have a reptile that wears a wolf coat? And it's like, all right, well, one of those is going to give me Agumon, the other one's going to give me Gabumon. I feel like that's how most of them work. So, on the partner site, I always get Otmon X. That is by design. I can refresh this as many times as I want. I'm going to get the same Digimon every single time. Because that's, I had it store it in your session storage. So technically, if you know what you're doing, you could get a different partner. But that's the intention is that you are stuck with whatever partner you get, just like in the series. They don't choose their partners; the partners choose them. Well, except for Takato. Takato went and drew his own Digimon, so I guess some people can choose. And Ruki kinda did because she chose Renamon out of all the other guys that were like, "No, choose me. I'm super powerful." And I don't know. Tamers is its own thing, isn't it? Clear your cookers. Ha! Joke's on you. I didn't do it through cookies. I did it through session storage, which you can also clear by hitting F12 and then going to application and just clicking on clear local data of the site variety, including local and session storage. And then when you do that, you can refresh and it will be Falcomon now. And I like Falcomon. Take that, Josh. I just showed everyone how to do it. Or you can do this. Easy mode. Boom. Want a different partner? Because you don't like Ganimon X? What's wrong with you? There you go. Zubamon. There you go. Agumon X. And you just keep doing that, which is... This is like the dumbest thing, right? Because you just sit here until you get the Digimon you like. Why would I do that? Why is his name so long? Yeah, the correct Falcomon. I freaking love that guy. New Falcomon's okay, but he's more of an owl than anything. Alright, so we did that. Who was beeping? It's Junkmon. Junkmon's getting a present. They always get their dang things at the same dang time. I don't know why my focus is off there. Oh wait, do I have this on autofocus still? I thought I moved that. That means I switched the other thing by mistake. Now the other guy's friggin' beeping. Why is autofocus not on? I can't see it from this angle, so I don't know where it is. There we go. Alright, that's better. Alright, and then here's Guilmon for everyone's viewing pleasure. Look at him go. Okay, so what are we doing? We are going to go back to the spreadsheet of many Digimon. There they are. And we're going to go ahead and update Metal Empire real quick with all our new fancy evolution data that we have. So, you may be wondering why I'm not continuing working on the secret page I was working on last week, which is pansy/later index.php. And it's because it really is like kind of a waste of time for me to like start working on this stuff without having it all done, more or less. So I've got these guys up here, but with the adults, there's going to be some overlap, right? But I don't know there's overlap ahead of time, so I'd have to be making extra requirement boxes when I may not need to. So we're going to wait until I have all the evolution data, then we're going to make the visual guide and go from there. So I might even have that done by next week. No promises, but next week could be the really fun coding part. So not that this isn't fun. Every piece of coding's fun. Okay, so we have evolution data to do. We want evolution Pensy. Any of these matter? Let's do this one. This is the one we were doing before. It's hot in here. This room gets hot when I stream. That light probably doesn't help. Nor does that one. Nor does the fact that this room in this house is the farthest away from the air handler. Is the Falcomon on Wind Guardians the OG? Nah, it's the Savers version. They don't really use Falcomon the original anymore, but except for Survive, which even Survive, like look at this, right? Look at me getting distracted all the time. Falcomon, Wikimon. If we look at original Falcomon, so he looks like this, right? His head's kind of like just coming right out of there. You can see that there's a line connecting that way. So he's not got a super round head like Falcomon 06 has. So let's pull them up side by side here. And subspecies variation, Falcomon 2006. They couldn't look more dissimilar either. Like, it's amazing how different they are. When something like Kudamon's redesign is just like, it's minor. Agumon's redesign is even minor. But like, okay, so look at these guys. They're just massively different. Like, massively. You look at this guy, you don't think of him as a friggin' ninja of any kind. You just think of him as like a really cool bird. with teeth. Love them. Love original Falcomon. So that's what they look like, right? But if we go down here and we go to survives, no wait, this is collectors. Oh gosh, that's even worse. So collectors looks like this. What the crap? Let's open that up in a new image, a new tab. Thank you. So that's collectors. This is original, right? Like they made his head all bulbous. They made him look a lot more like Falcomon 2006 and collectors. And I don't like Digimon collectors to begin with. Digimon collectors, it's awful. It's Crusader too, same kind of idea. But so, in fact, I don't need to pull this up in a new thing. I'll just zoom in on this. So collectors already ruined everything there. Survive is going somewhat of the collector's route, it looks like, which it's like not as hard at least, but you can already see a few differences between the original artwork and Survive's artwork, where they cleaned it up a little bit in different ways and also just flat out changed a few things. So I definitely still like Survive's version a lot better than collector's, easily, but you can tell where they're still taking some liberties to kind of change what Falcomon originally was into something different. So whatever, it's what they're doing. It's fine. Collectors is sexy art, right? Nothing but. Good heavens. Digimon that weren't ever intended to be sexy are sexy in collectors. For some reason. Should have never talked about power. Yes, definitely. Agumon 2006 needs a proper name. I think a lot of them do. Falcomon is entirely a different Digimon in its 2006 variant. Like, they should not have been named the same thing. I don't know why they are. Go to OG Kudamon. It's been completely forgotten. Yeah, original Kudamon wrapped around the bullet casing. I love it. Kudamon, Wikimon. It looks great. So this is he. He's like got a wispy tail too. He's a scroll. He's basically a scroll, but he's wrapping himself around a bullet instead of an actual like scroll. What's the wooden part of a scroll called? I don't know. I love him. Everything about him is just great. But for whatever reason, they decided that having bullets and scroll tails was dumb, and so they redesigned him. Not as hardcore, but still hardcore enough. He's a lot more golden now, and he's got he's got a little bell at his tail. It's like, it's just different. Doesn't he have back legs sometimes too? I don't even remember, but I do like Sabers a lot. Sabers is wonderful. What a good show that was. Look at him go. He's still cute, at least. Like, Kudamon's still close enough to original Kudamon where I still like him. Alright, so we have to input this data. So let's go ahead and start looking here. So we have Monodramon. Nope, not Mondramon, Monodramon. Okay, so I see two Monodramons here. So we have Aosmon, which we have here. Originally it was 0 and 0, now it's 0 to 2 and 0. Okay. We have this other Monodramon down here, which is to Strike Dramon. We have that as 0 to 0, or 0 to 4 actually. And it's 0 to 2, 2 to 4. 0 to 2, 2 to 4. I just typed a D up there instead of typing the word done, which honestly is just as efficient, but whatever. I can also just do data validation on this and make it even easier on myself. And I will. Select everything but that, and give me back my toolbar, and we're going to go to data, we're going to go data validation, and the only thing that this can say is done. There we go. Let me guess, your favorite 7 deadly sins is Leviamon. Absolutely. It's absolutely the case. Deep Savers all day. Giant funny looking alligator with a long face. I am down for that. Alright. Monodramon. Okay, so we got Monodramon done. So let's go to Wolf. And we're looking at Eos and Garum. No, so I did get Garum on that. So 0 to 4 for Garum. We already know that, so we're not going to do that again. And we didn't have Eosmon at all before. So Wolf. Wolfmon. Pen Z. Metal Empire Z. Evo number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 5, meaning the 6th evolution, and Aosmon is just 3+ care mistakes. That would be Aos _IV, written out as Aosmon adult, which for Aosmon that would be which evolution? Aosmon just a second. so 1 for second. Alright, Vmon into Minotaurmon. 3 plus 4, but now we know it's just 3 plus. Easy peasy. Okay, what the? Did I not give it enough time to validate? The heck? Did I forget how data validation works? Let's fix that real quick. Probably didn't do one of the boxes I need to do. Reject input and save. I think that'll do it. Okay, that should do it. All right. Vmon, Minotaurmon, done. Okay, Jazamon. My 16-day-old Mamemon keeps trying to die. That's because it wants to be a new Digimon. Digimon like to reformat sometimes. And do new things. I am definitely not the type of person that keeps their Digimon alive very long. Like sometimes not on purpose either. Look at this. Let's pull out this guy right here. This is my Pen 20, which I was raising for the current hatch, V-Tamer and Digimon Next hatch, and they dead. That wasn't on purpose, mind you. I apparently set the clock to the wrong time by 12 hours, and so they were kind of racking up care mistakes while I wasn't looking because I was asleep. But yeah, there goes Marine Angemon representing Digimon Next. Hasayed, gone. The Digimemory of Water is what it had, and then buttons are always hard to press. Over here on this side, we had Old Force Vegemon from V-Tamer, but they died. But even if I was trying to take care of them, I'd usually keep them alive for like 2 or 3 days. But then after that, it's like, all right, you're done. You got other V-Pets to raise. That's just how it goes. All right, so Jazamon at 3 and nothing else needed for Raremon. So just do that. Also, that should say 3 plus, not just 3. I should say 2 plus. What am I doing over there? Not putting plus signs after my stuff. I've got to double check that. Alright, Strike Dramon to Cyber Dramon. Okay, so that's Care Mistake 0, level 4 to 6. Strike Dramon to Cyber Dramon. Care Mistake 0, level 4 to 6. Eosmon to Eosmon. Eosmon Adults to Eosmon... Oh, I don't even have that in here yet. Which it should have been obvious that it would be in there, but I gotta verify first. Eosmon Adults on Pen Z in Metal Empire Z, as it should be its first evolution, moving this to 1, 2, 3. And that would be 0 to 2 Care Mistakes. And level 4 to 6, was it? Yep, level 4 to 6. Gives us Eos_V, Eosmon Perfect, and that would be which one for Eosmon Perfect? Eosmon Perfect only has 2 others before that, and they both Jogresses, so they'll both bump up 1 because natural evolutions take precedence in the numbering scheme. And there we go, Eosmon. Let's commit real quick because we have done a few things already. Committed. Refetch. And we're at Minotaurmon, who can evolve into Loader Leomon, which I already have on here. And we have it at level 5 to 6 now. Done. XVmon becomes Metal Tyrannomon. I've got that in here, so the new information is that it takes 4 to 6 level. Didn't have that before. Eosmon V. 0 to 2 to Eosmon Ultimate. Have I tested that at all yet? Nope. That's new for that too. Eos_V is Eosmon Perfect. On the Pen Z in Metal Empire Z, as its primary evolution, becomes Eosmon Ultimate with 0 to 2 Care Mistakes and level 8. Eos_VI, Eosmon Ultimate. And your Prevo number looks like it should be, well, it's the natural, so we'll bump these each up 1, 1, 2, and give you the 0 slot. Okay, which is, I already did that. Okay. Metal Tyrannomon to Gundramon, of course. Don't think, oh yeah, I do have it in here already. Okay. So we have updated it so that Metal Tyrannomon takes only 0 to 2. So it's got some leeway. Gundramon can also evolve into our Majimon. And that's with 0 to 2. And like I said before, 8 to 10. All Ultimates and Super Ultimates, same requirements. Whether I've confirmed it or not. If I'm wrong, you can, you know, call me out, whatever. And that's Metal Empire, it looks like. We've got Garummon again, but we've already done Garummon. Yeah, that's Metal Empire. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit that change. Change committed. Let's verify that we have updated properly on the correct Majiggerdo. Where is it? There? There. Oh yeah, it's right over here. Well, it's not. We need to go to Evolution. And on the Evolution tab, we have... have you guys ever taken the tour? Always make sure to take the tour. You're going to see me close the tour, but you should take it because Tadakachi is doing such a great job of telling everyone how to use the website. So make sure to take the tour. I made the tour, so I don't have to take the tour. Sometimes I do. Alright, so Metal Empire should now have more evolution data. So for example, Eosmon Perfect now shows it's coming from Eosmon Adult, and ooh, it doesn't show evolving into Eosmon Ultimate because I did something wrong. Let's find out what I did wrong. This is why we double check things. Refetch. Eos _ V. Eosmon Perfect into Eosmon Ultimate. We have that as 0, so we must... Oh yeah, I could have sworn I changed that. These guys got to bump up. I swear I changed that. What did I change then if I didn't change that? I don't know. We'll find out later, I guess. That's always the fun part. Alright, refresh that. Oh, who's pinging me? That one actually wasn't a Digimon, but there we go. Okay, so Eosmon Adult and Eosmon Ultimate. Like I said earlier, those numbers are very important. Both are on there now. Great. We are all set with that. So Metal Empire is done. Bye, Tarakachi. Sorry. Okay, so next up, there was something I said I needed to check, and I don't remember what it was. If someone remembers what it was, please tell me. What was it? It's something to do with the database and the Digimon therein. Something that was already there. Not these guys, right? Nothing to do with these guys. Flip, I don't remember. Oh well, whatever it was probably super important and never going to be remembered, so we'll just move on from that. Oh well. Was it with you? No, you're fine. Majimon, how about you? Yeah, you got a new friend over there. Comes from just 3 different Digimon. Meanwhile, these other guys get like 1 million. Look how many flipping Apocalypse comes from. He comes from 5. Lucemon Satan Mode's gonna be the same way. Alright. Alright, so unless I remember what that other thing was, I'm gonna move on to something else. Okay. So we have you know what I need to do is I do need to update something on the Vital Bracelet page. We need to look at something. So I'm gonna go with the Discord server. CSDS2 or something thereabouts was kind enough to translate some things for me a while back, like a long while back. So let me pull up these translations real quick. I always forget their full name. Is it CDS blah 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 blah? Why aren't they showing up? They changed their nickname. CSDS92. That's what it is. Okay. From CSDS92. Discord, work with me here. Am I going to be able to find that? There they are. Jump. Sometimes Discord search just like flat out doesn't want to do anything for you. I don't know why. That's why we have it in debug mode, so I can copy people's IDs and just do it that way. Alright, so from them with my name inside of it. No results. 98 results. Ah, come on, that's not going to work either. I can't even search from that. I'm very confused right now. Can I at them? I can at them? Why can't I? Yeah, Discord search just like flat out ain't working right now. Dumb. That's dumb. Alright, so I can't find their translation thingy. Unless I search really well. And what's another keyword I can use? Let's do in vital bracelet channel. What do you mean no results? Okay, yeah, I'm not finding that right now because Discord search is being very unfriendly. Welcome back. What did you miss? You missed me trying to fumble around in Discord search to try to find a piece of secret information. Just gonna real quick turn off the middle screen. We're gonna move this over here for me to attempt over here. And then we can turn that back on. Oh, that's weird. I can't even see people's like numbers in Discord right now. What's up with that? Is that what streamer mode does? Oh, it totally is. Streamer mode is what doing it. Darn it, Discord. I'm not trying to do streamer mode right now. Okay, now I should be able to find it. Nope, none of those. Let's just see if I can find it. Nah, I'm not finding it in here. Unless it's this thing. What's this thing? Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. There's like this good Japanese website that has a bunch of really solid information on it. And I don't remember where it is. So I might have to do some digging around for that one. Yeah, I don't even know what to search. I got no clue what to search for that. So, maybe if I search for Stoic. Ah, that worked. Perfect. That's exactly what I need to search for. All right, so CSDS92 was kind enough to get me these. There we are. So normal, enjoys exercise to a certain extent, no penalty if it doesn't exercise, active, stoic, lazy, indoor. Gives me details on a lot of that information. That detail, those details, where do those come from? Is this website? Yeah, this one. This is another good Japanese website that cropped up for the Vital Bracelet that just has a bunch of like solid information on it. Let's see if it translates for me. Come along. What is an exercise type? Oh yeah, this is the actual page I needed to be on. So down here they have this nice table of all this information explaining some stuff that like I don't even know how they knew it. Like if they probably just could read the manual better than I can, to be honest with you. But yeah, as you can see, it tells you about what normal, active, stoic, lazy, and indoor all prefer. So we need that information on the guide that people outside Japan use, and I need to put that on there. So big shout out to these guys, h1g.jp/vp-shieldsmonster. If you want some good information that I might not even have, fantastic place for it. Again, Japanese community really stepping up with a lot of good resources on this stuff. So what we have here are the translations from CSDS92. We're going to be using some of those, and oh my gosh, super chat, codename Gamma for your awesome work. Been using your site a ton, getting into VPets again. Thank you. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for that. You totally didn't need to do that. I really appreciate stuff like that. So thank you. Thank you very much. I'm happy it's been helpful for you, and hopefully I will continue to get it to be helpful for you. Do you like Metroidvania games? Oh yeah, you kidding me? I freaking love I love Metroidvania games. There's a DS Metroidvania VPET game called Monster Tale. That does sound familiar. I can definitely check that out. Why are DMX power levels much higher than Pen Z power levels? Great question. Let's compare that, shall we? I know this is supposed to be a dev stream, but these kind of questions, like, I find them fun, so whatever. Didn't say it had to only be dev stuff. Alright, so let's go to penz /list. And let's go to DMX /list. And let's take a look at some of these guys here. So we're going to go into list view for both sides. Sort it by power. We'll sort it by strongest, yeah? Nohoko is a great source on DMOG. Absolutely it is. Nohoko is fantastic. They've got a lot of great details. I list them as a source. When Purple Flirp made the Digimon Pendulum page, he did a lot of... he used a lot of their stuff as basics for that. He also tested a whole lot. Like, I cannot stress how much Flirp went in and just straight up tested a whole bunch of Pendulum information, but he also is able to use Nohoko as a basic source on that. And Nohoko's actually shouted me out before too, which made me feel really cool. It's like, I made it, they noticed me. I got Muchomon as a partner. I'm so sorry. They were in the anime last week. Alright, so powers. So what do we got here? So right off the bat, we'll look at Super Ultimates, right? Super Ultimate lowest on the penz is 184. Lowest on the DMX is 186, not including Diablomon, but that's just the thing. So that's actually like not too far off there as far as Super Ultimates go. And on the maximum end, 220 on this side, 210 on this side. Before you think that that's unfair, here's what you got to understand, is the maximum power you can have is 255. That's it. If you go higher than 255, you break things. And that is seen as the case on the Digital Monster X1, where it did, in fact, break something because Diablomon and Lord Nightmon and Minervamon X all were able to go higher than 255, and thus ruined the battle system when they were being used. So that was fun finding that out. On the Digital Monster X2, it's not possible to go higher than 255, and on the Digital Monster X3, well, if I was to say, okay, 220 is the base power, right? You get 15 points for having full strength, so that's 235. And then you get an additional 30 points for being max level, so that would be 265. That's higher than 255, right? But here's the thing. The Digital Monster X3, and possibly the 2 as well, but it doesn't come up on the 2, but the 3 at least, puts a cap on the maximum power you can have. So even if you exceed 255, it will just register as 255. So as far as Super Ultimates go, the 2 are pretty much on par. Now, the one thing that the X does have, though, is a lot more Super Ultimates. So that's the fun part. Look at all these. Look at all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the penz. So it's definitely better in that regard. But if we go down more, so let's look at ultimates. So the strongest ultimates on the DMX are these guys right here, the 180s, both from the DMX 1 and 2, it would seem. So that's interesting. Strongest ultimates on the penz are significantly weaker. So we have Kaiser Greymon at 156, where we have BL Starmon at 180. So yeah, for some reason, they really are just stronger. I don't know why. It's not even because of the spread, because you would think that with like fewer Super Ultimates, you'd want the Ultimates to have a bigger range, but they don't go up higher. And then for Perfects, we max out at 100 over here, and 124 on this side. So DMX wins again on that side. And then for adults, probably going to see the same thing, aren't we? Damimon at 70, Greymon at 54. That's pathetic. And then Childs don't really matter, but we have 18 for Agumon, and we have 22 for Dracomon. Unless you count Caramon, which is all the way up here at, what is it, 70? No, where is Caramon? Yeah, the 60, that's what it is. Caramon at 60, but we don't count Caramon for that. Caramon's a weird case. So yeah, no, the penz is definitely stronger. Now, one thing I do want to do at some point with Alpha Terminal is basically unify the modern systems. So right now you can actually battle Digimon Monster X and Digimon Pendulum Z with each other using Alpha Terminal. And that's because they use the exact same battle system. And because they do that, like, they blocked it out for whatever reason on the devices themselves. So if you were to connect a Digital Monster X and a Pendulum Z together in just a normal case, they wouldn't do anything because there's a version check. If the Pendulum Z detects the version is too low, then it will be like, no, I can't battle with that. Which is why you saw a minute ago, Virus Busters is version 12. Not because it's the 12th Pendulum Z, but because it's the 12th XZ. So versions 1 through 6 are versions on the Digital Monster X, and then it goes higher from there with the Pendulum Z. It follows the same versioning. So anyway, for whatever reason, you can't do that in real life, but you can do it in the Alpha Terminal because I took away the version check, basically. Because I took away the version check, they can battle with each other, which is great. And only thing is like Baramond pointed out, Baramonde? I actually don't know how to pronounce her name. I just realized. I see it all the time. I always say Baramond in my mind, but I don't know if it should be Baramonde. So tell me how it should be. The power levels are still off. So what would be nice is if we create a unified power system, which we do have the means to do. I just don't necessarily have the time to do it. And I got other stuff I want to focus on. Have you seen my Trello board lately? Where is it? I have it up here somewhere. Whatever. Let's open it again. Actually, it'll take me to it, right? Switch to this tab. All right. Look at all this crap. I got a whole bunch of other ideas to do. So that's why certain things kind of get pushed to the side, because I got a lot of other stuff to do. Thank you for the hard work. Helped me get my Imperial Digimon Vital Bracelet. Glad to hear it. The first pronunciation is correct. Really? Baramond. All right. How about that? Been saying it the right way the whole time. Okay, so back to work. Back to work. We got to get back to work on here. We're wasting time. I've only got 22 minutes left, and I got to use those 22 minutes. All right, what were we doing? I still don't remember what the other thing I was supposed to do was, so that's gone forever. That's fine. So let's go ahead and, we were doing translations. That's what we were doing. Loop. There they go. CSDS's translations. We're going to do these. We're probably, a lot of times I will rewrite things in my own words, and I probably will do that here as well. Not because I don't like what he wrote, but just because that's just how I am. I will rewrite an entire book if I have to. All right, close all these. We don't need any of that crap. And we do need to get the manual page from the Vital Bracelet Digital Monster. Manual and index. All right, so here we go. We want to go down to... How do I have this laid out? Let's look at it on the website real quick, just so I should see... Oh gosh, I love this song. This is big giant circles again. Manual. Yeah, that's the one. And in fact, we'll keep that like that. Keep them side by side. All right, so probably should have made the other one side by side. We'll keep it over here for now. All right, so we have warnings, button supports, getting started, inserting dim cards, hatching Digimon home screen, fitness stats, Digimon stats, missions, backup, app link, settings, activity type. It is its own thing. Great. Okay, so we're just gonna throw that into right here. So I could do this in that same table, but here's the problem with that, is if we look at this in mobile view, right? In fact, I need to fix that too right now. We'll go to mobile view, and here's, I don't want it at 80, I want it at 100% view. So here's the problem. Okay, so this is what it would look like on the smallest of phone screens, which for some reason Apple still uses, like, this is their viewport, and it drives me crazy. Like, they have bigger phones, they can use a bigger viewport, but they don't. I hate it. So anyway, so we scroll down. The table is leaking into the edge here, and I don't want it to do that. And I have places where it doesn't do that, so I need to remember what code I did to do that. I can probably grab a style, because for example, if I go to Coliseum Battles right over here, that's right, I have to do it that way. We'll look at this in mobile as well. Actually, this is a terrible example. Let's look at Digital Monster X, because those ones are actually like huge. Digital Monster X3 Quest Mode. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Baramon. I didn't realize that was the case. I just assumed you were like someone who was always into them. Nope, Gobblemon gets on a VPET. Should be at some point. It was on the Excel at least. It was on Nature, I believe. Should be on Nature Genome. A trash Digimon device is something that I have often thought about, as well as many others. Alright guys, here we go. So we have the table here. So I have it scrollable this way, and I have it scrollable this way without scrolling the entire page. This way it doesn't eat everything up. So let's go ahead, and I've got the element inspector already up over here. Let's see what we're doing to do that. So on this table, we are using X battles, table sorter, grid. Okay, so it's none of the table sorter things, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I haven't a div to do that. Okay, that's what I'm doing there. So I got a div, padding list scrolling, That's how I am doing that. So I just need to add that div around this table, well, around this other table, this one, and that should make it scroll no problem. Let's make sure. Do I have any height information? I do have height information on it. That could be a problem, because I don't want it to have that. What'll happen if I turn that off over here? Okay, so it's still horizontal scrolls, no problem. And then that just... Why don't I have it like this? What was I thinking? No, there has to be a reason for that. There has to be a reason why I decided. It's probably something to do with the actual phones. Let me pull it up on an actual phone real quick. So if I go to... Well, it's not going to show me anything on an actual phone because I don't have an element inspector on that. But I should be able to remove that. Let's try that real quick, huh? Let's just see. If I remove the height calculation from the table scroller, will that give me any negative consequences? And why did I do it in the first place? Like, that's the kind of thing that's like cumbersome. Like I wouldn't want to do that in the first place. But let's just see. Okay, so Sublime. Let's pull up our CSS. And that would be styles. That would be styles CSS. There you go. And let's look for list scrolling. There it is. Oh, that's actually got a lot of things under it. What are all these? Display. Oh, that's just that. Okay, I don't need that. Fine. Next. Why isn't it searching? Work with me here. Is it not list scrolling that does it? Oh, it is. It says it right there. Oh, because it's media. Duh. It's a responsive query. So that's going to be on my mobile CSS. Alright. List scrolling. There it is right there. So we have a height calc. Let's just see what happens if I just flat out remove that. We'll just comment it out just in case. Let's save that. Upload it to the FTP. Mobile. Upload. And we will need to clear our cache. My cache specifically. On the server side. I could just put this in dev mode right now too, which might be a good idea to do. I might do this a few times. Yeah, we'll put this in dev mode real quick. Okay, so development mode on. This means the cache will no longer happen at the server level. So now if we were to control refresh this, the table should just go down. Oh no, it didn't seem to have done it yet. Let's do a empty cache and hard reload. Might need to clear the cache one time on the server level. Yeah, let's clear the cache one time on the server level. Custom purge. Mobile.css. I did upload it, right? Maybe I didn't upload it either. Let's just make sure. Oh, yeah. I didn't upload it. Now let's refresh. Okay. No, control refresh. Did it just get slightly bigger? It did. After 320. What is going on here? Okay, so now it's doing that, and I can scroll left and right, so that's good. Why did I have it the other way? So let's pull it up on my phone. And also let's actually push pull it on over. Send it on over. Open it up. You don't have push pull it, why not? Yeah, this works perfectly. What was wrong with me? No, there has to be something. There's something I'm missing that I'm going to find out in like 5 days. And it's like, look at this, see? No problem. I can scroll, no problem whatsoever. There it goes the left and the right, and it goes up and the down. So I don't know why I had a height set. That's so much more cumbersome. Who's beeping? Who's doing this to me? Is it you, string bean? Here, I have some food. I don't know why I'm feeding it. I'm just going to kill you soon. All right, so cool. So we're good with that. We're not setting a height on it anymore, which will make a lot of things a lot easier. So we now know we need to put a div with a class of list scrolling on here. Probably padding too. We should probably just do the exact same div. Everybody's beeping now. Better feed Guillemot before he gets angry too. Eat your snacks. Okay, done. Okay, so back to Sublime. Where did I put Sublime? There you are. So back to the index here. So where's that table? We're going to find that table real quick. Was that it? No. That might also need it, though. All right, so table, class, levels. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this all into a div right here. And let's indent the rest of that, please. I know I did that. And why are those off? Whatever. /div. I forgot it autofills it for me. Nice. Okay, so then we have div, and we're gonna do, it was a class, right? Class equals, we'll do both just to be safe. Okay, so we have that. Let's upload the manual page. Uploading. No overwrite confirmation. Good. Where did I put this? Over here. All right, so we come back right over here. Refresh. And activity type. And there we go. Now it lets me do that. Now I don't like that the stuff doesn't do that. So let's because obviously like that saves space, yeah, but it also looks awful. I don't know, how does it look at a bigger viewport? Let's refresh it so it can actually show me the proper way. It's not at 100%, it's at 80% again. Stop doing that. Why do you keep going to 80%? No one wants you to do that. It looks fine there, but let's just see what it would look like the other way. So if I was to say that all cells in this, so we'll do, let's do all cells, why don't we? So add a new thing. And we'll say width is, and we will do max content. Why didn't that do anything? GD with max content. Well, if we set it to all to 200, that'll do something, right? Yeah, it did. Huh, that's weird. Normally max content works better for me for that. Might be also because of the THs. So let's just set that to both. No, still nothing. Okay, well, let's just see. Oh, I'd like it to fit content. Doesn't really want to seem to do anything here. Alright, so we'll not worry about that for right now. I'll worry about that later when I remember how things work. Because I obviously don't remember how things work right now. It's just this thing. Like it should be that max content would make that go all the way. I could also do this, which I'm not going to do, but I could do it, and then I could do white space, no wrap. And that will do it too. So you can see everything's on one line again. But stop going to 80. Well, then you get less information at a time, which it's a trade-off, right? You got to decide, do I want more information at one time, or do I want it to be presented nicer? And I generally go with the camp of more information at one time, personally. So I'm going to stick with that for right now. Oh, bye Quinn. Sorry I didn't respond to your last few statements there. But thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Seeing someone coding is more relaxing than someone doing it. Yeah, probably. I want to learn how to code because I want to make video games for a living. That would be great. I will say HTML is not the best thing to learn for making video games, but it's something good. It's not true code; it's markup language, but other parts of it are like the PHP is true code. JavaScript, I forget where people stand on that these days, but JavaScript is basically code, right? Like, I feel like it is. But HTML is markup. All right, so yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. So let's just refresh, make sure it's how I expect it to be. So more information, but formatted weird, so that's fine. That's good enough. So I'm not going to add this other information into the tables, because that's way too much information for those tables, and you want to really avoid putting crap in tables when it comes to responsive design unless you're going to stack the tables, which I could also do. I've done that before in other places. It's scripting. So now we're distinguishing between scripting and coding. It's too confusing, all of it. I just put words in places until the thing happens on the screen that I want to happen. That's how I do it. So I could technically do a table that stacks, and I do that on the Digirom page, actually. It would look like this. Digiroms. So if I go to any one of these, and I go into mobile, then they stack up like this, which I think looks great, honestly. Like, it does look great, so maybe that is what I want to do. Like, I ended up not doing that for quest mode, because on quest mode, like, if I was to stack a, like, I don't know, I didn't like the way that the information would be presented at that point. Especially because of how many Digimon are in there. So it's just like, well, it doesn't really look like a row of Digimon to fight anymore if they're not in a single row. So that was a conscious decision. This honestly could work for what we're doing right now, so I might end up doing that. So what class am I using here? Let's take a look. And then I would be able to put the other information into the tables. So that would that could be helpful. So it's in battle row. I don't even see. None of these are unique. Oh, Digirom's right there. Digirom class. Digirom's class is right there. Text align center. Is that all it's doing? That can't be all it's doing. Maybe it's... oh, you know what? It's probably going on the row level. If I find Digirom's... Yeah, no. Not there. Let's just look what Digirom's does real quick. Alright, so we'll go back into Sublime. We should still have the mobile open. We do. And... okay, so we have 4 different Digirom thingies. So we have it for T-head, TD, input, and just it itself. So that might be a good class to use. Just throw it on this table, and yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. Just see what it does. So come back over here on the table. Digirom. Is it Digirom or Digiroms? Digiroms. So levels, Digiroms. So let's just save that. Let's upload that. There might be something more I have to do to it, but this also could just be the entirety of it. Activity type. Okay, so that's a start. All right, so T-head display none. TD. I don't have anything. That is going to be part of the reason why, because I have a bunch of THs here and I don't have anything happening on THs. So I would want to get rid of the whole first. I'd want to get rid of the THs is basically what it amounts to. So let's try that real quick. T-head and wait, shouldn't I have had those in a T-head anyway? Yes, I should have. Why is it wrong with me? That's not a problem with the CSS. That's a problem with my dang old HTML. Should be having a T-head right here. And then this should be the T-body. Alright, so move the opening row right up there. And okay, so that should do what I need it to do. So let's upload that. Activity type. Oh, come back. Click on it twice. Okay, so we're getting somewhere, right? We have Stoic, turn 1, 8 to that. But right now the issue is that we look at all these and can't tell them apart, basically. So I need to do that. Have I tried animated? I have. You'll have to be more specific on that one. Like CSS animations. If you're talking about that, yes, I have dabbled with some CSS animations here and there. I don't use them too much though. I'd like to, but that's like kind of a nice to have kind of thing for me right now. To have some more beautiful animations. Right now, the closest I have to animation is the speed on my jQuery show hides. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so we have these, but they're not lined up very in a way that I like. And I'm not sure why that would be, because it's just the same thing as this, where it is lined up all nice. Like, what's the difference between this and that? Center display block. Border bottom 0. Row. I didn't see anything in the CS that gets rid of the border. Or whatever I'm using. That might just be a margin. What did I do there? What did I do? This is it, right? There's only 4 results for Digimon. Yeah. Unless the other one has it? Look back at this again, please. And on Digimon, no, that's just no, no. Like, I could definitely easily get the lines out of here that I need to get out of here, but if I've already done it before, I'd like to just stick with that. Display block for cells with 100%. Excellent. There's really not much I'm doing on this at all to begin with. Like, if I come back over here and let's just take off Digiroms, right? And it all comes like that, and it's all too wide, first of all. But it's all got stuff between it. But there's also other things happening there. There is more to that CSS than I'm seeing. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it. What? Where was all this before? I could have sworn I searched for this. Okay, so let's this might not be anything anyway, but okay, so it's just these 5. So none of these seem to be targeting cells of any kind. They're targeting an A tag in the container. Well, that's just its own thing. I also like that it capitalized ROMs in this one, but not that one. Okay, so yeah, I literally have no idea where that's coming from then. So let's just we'll just fix it the old-fashioned way, right? So we have, that means we'll need to give another thingy to this. And I don't know if I want to put it on levels and apply it to everything or not, which I probably do. If I'm doing this to this table, I probably should do it to every table that uses this formatting. So, in fact, levels is probably what's doing it, isn't it? Why didn't I look at that? Okay, it's nothing in mobile for levels, but in this, levels, margin 20 pixels, border spacing 0, that might be doing something actually. So let's inspect this again. This time focus on levels. Okay, so levels. So if I take out border spacing, nothing changes. Margin, that's just the whole thing. On the TR, levels, border spacing 0. Nothing doing there. And doesn't look like I have any other targeting there. Cells for levels, border spacing 0 again. Wait, what's this? Ah, look at that. There it is. That's what's doing it. We got a border bottom for our levels. Okay, so that's why that's happening. So let's just add that to the mobile CSS to remove that. So if we were to come down here and we were to say levels TD border bottom. 0. And we shouldn't need to do important for that, but I will anyway just to be safe. Nah, we won't. I don't like using important unless I really need to. I guess back to this. Let's just make sure. So that was levels 2D. So the padding should be fine to keep. The background's fine to keep. It's just that border bottom that's not fine to keep. But I will want to add that back elsewhere. So we're going to want to add that to the row instead. Levels TR border bottom. Okay, so with that, let's try uploading it, see what happens. And we will, oh, I'm over on time. All right, so if this works, we'll stop it here for the night. Okay, what else did I forget to do? What did I do? What happened? The T-head's still here. Why is the T-head still here? Because I don't have it set to display none there. Thought I did. There's a mobile. There we go. Hey, I have it set to display none. Why ain't you displaying none? Table Digiroms. Yeah, it's not even targeting it here. That means I'm doing something wrong. I love when I do something wrong. But let's just, I'll figure that out in a second. Whatever. Why is there a comma here? Is it because I had a comma there? Just in case, I'm going to double check. Commas aren't necessarily going to cause something like that, but I just want to check. Comma was causing the problem. Alright, but I do notice that the rows don't have the bottom border I want them to have. So it looks like I can't really do that on rows, so we'll do a different solution here. So we'll just do, I would like there to be a border, though. It would look nicer. Let's just see. Margin bottom. And we'll make that a solid 2 pixels. Oh, that didn't even work either. Alright, so I gotta figure out something else to do with the rows. Sorry if I got this question before, but when are you, the Evolution Guide's gonna update on the site? Right now. That's what we've been doing all night. That's what I do on Thursday nights, is I go in and update the Evolution Guide. So as you can see, some of the new stuff to happen today. If I can get that to be bigger, there we go. Okay, so, well, first of all, we broke this apparently. That's not broken. Load that image. Okay. So, for example, we now know that Eosmon comes from Eosmon and goes to Eosmon. That's probably the least exciting result that I put in tonight, but it has indeed been updated. That wasn't there before. So, various things like Gundramon into Armagimon, that's been updated, and children have more exact requirements now. So, 3 plus care mistakes, 0 for Raremon, 0 to that. So a lot of information's been added. So if you go onto the guide right now and click on any of these jerks, you'll be able to see some stuff. You won't see this though. This is just my secret page. Your page still looks like this. Those will be slowly updated, the visual side. I gotta get all the other stuff put in the database first. Once it's in the database, that's when we boil the spaghetti and throw it all over the place. But for now, it's just gonna be just these guys. So like Funglongmon, that's up there now too. So yeah, stuff's being updated. Don't worry, it happens constantly, so just if you don't see something that you want to see right now, check back in a week and it might be there. So, as for tonight, though, we are going to quit it here. I'm going to figure out what to do about these TRs. I think I just need to display them block, probably, is what it is. That's not the right page. And that wasn't the right solution. In fact, I don't think I did that, though. Like, if I was to display this TR as... Where is it? That's not a TR. That's a TR. No, I did change it on here. So I'll figure out the TRs later. That's fine. Anyway, thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. If you aren't already, make sure to join the Discord. If you want to stay up to date on everything to do with this, I post updates there whenever I do major updates to the website. Could you guys calm down? Goodness, this is there. You're getting your presents. They all just really want their presents. So yeah, join the Discord to keep up to date with everything, and we're constantly talking about everything to do with the Vital Bracelet, the Pendulum Z, and all the other Digimon devices as well. We also got the poll going on right now, so if you want to vote on your favorite Digimon Pendulum Digimon, then get in there and make sure to vote on that poll. Other than that, I don't really have anything else major to talk about right now. I mentioned in the last video that went out about the DIMs, which if you haven't seen that, I guess I could talk about that. There's a video about DIMs out, where I say there's 18 DIMs, but there's actually 19 because I forgot about Ometamon. And some people reminded me about the Dynasty DIM, but there is so little information on that I don't want to talk about it until we know something about it, other than that stores say it exists. Digital Monster X video coming in the near future to help people who only have Digital Monster 20th to get ready for the Digital Monster X releasing this summer in the United States and other areas as well. So, oh, that TR thing that did work. It's just noticed there's little lines there now. Anyway, so that's coming soon. That way you can get acquainted with what the difference is between the Digital Monster version 20th and the Digital Monster XR. And other than that, don't really have anything else to talk about. I hope everyone's having a great day, great evening, wherever you are. It's evening here. I'm going to go to bed. The rest of you have a wonderful whatever it is for you. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.